Okay, so welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about the state of health affair in the US, how it may impact you, and what are your choices. So if you lately been complaining about your healthcare services, you're not alone. And this is the reason I'm presenting these. And then also I'm going to just show you the choices. So let's begin. I'm going to start saying this. 93% of American adults are unhealthy. I don't know whether you have read this, but came out on the news last spring in 2023. It's a study. It's not coming from me. It's a study that they did, and that showed that 93% of American adults are unhealthy. And this is very concerning. It was very shocking to me. And I'll tell you why. Now, for me, yes, in a way, that was a wake-up call, because what is 93% of American adults are unhealthy? How do you see it? For me, I can see it as I walk around the streets. But let me just show you a visual of how it would look like in nature. 93% of the entities sick. This is the thing. 93% of unhealthy trees. So if you go to a forest, this is how it looks. 93% of unhealthy trees. It is very concerning, because when you stand up around in the forest and you look around, the only thing that you can think is the future. How is that piece of land going to be in the near future? Because normally nature should look like this. Normally in nature, it should be normal to just have 7% of sick trees, but not 93% of unhealthy American. So this is very concerning, and I think this is something that we have to talk about. But today, I'm going to just present where is the American medicine going, and what are your choices. Okay, now this fact is concerning, but to top it off, the worst thing is the following statistic. Oh, I'm sorry. This 93% of American unhealthy came from this journal of the American College of Cardiology. Okay, and they studied 55,000 individuals, and the minimum age was 20, from 20 to whoever they found. Okay, now the worst thing about this statistic I just told you is that despite spending a lot of money in healthcare, the outcome is what I just told you. Because if I told you, oh, okay, because there's no money spent on healthcare, and then you get the statistic of 93% of American unhealthy, you will just understand why. But the thing is that the healthcare in the United States is consuming a lot of expenses. And I'm going to show you some graphics and stats here. Look at here. In this graph is the health expenditure as a percentage of GDP from 1970 until 2022. And here you see two lines. The green line, it belongs to United States, and the blue line is an average of a lot of comparable countries like United States. So they compare it to Austria, Canada, Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, and the UK. So, and then you see that United States is spending a lot of money in relation to the productivity of the people, GDP, until after the pandemic. Okay, let me just continue showing. So the US has a third world country health statistic, and I'm going to show you the publication in 2022. What does it mean? That this country, United States, has the highest in infant and maternal mortality. This is this key, this a seal, or is like, how to call it, it's like the number where you recognize a third world country, like Venezuela or like many like sub-Saharan African countries. So United States had that number, and I'll show you the graph. It has the lowest life expectancy at birth and the highest death on preventable diseases. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, well, so what does that mean? That is like an old car. United States is becoming an old country. It doesn't make any sense, because what happened with the old car? You put a lot of money and you have very poor performance. So that is what is happening in United States, and it makes you think whether that there's something wrong here. Okay, there's something wrong here, because there's the money in there, it is paying there, but maybe what we know about health and medicine is not the correct one. Okay, so let me just move on. Now, this is to remind me that I'm going to show you this publication. It was published in 2022, and it's the U.S. Healthcare from a Global Perspective, Accelerating Spending, Worsening Outcome. I like this publication. Let me just show you. Yeah. Here on this first graph, it titled, "The U.S. is a world outlier when it comes to healthcare spending." And then I'll show you this line at the top is United States. And this is, as I said, I think I show you, is the same graph that I showed you before. Look at the line in spending, and then the other countries, comparable countries to United States, are here below. Now, look at this. Okay, this is not so important. Okay, the life expectancy at birth is 3 years lower than the regular average. So see, this one is Korea. So Korea had a low life expectancy until it crossed here 2003 and continue improving their life expectancy. So now is 80. The highest here in red is Japan. They live longer, 84.7 years. But look at here, this is US. So here at 2020, whoever is being born, the life expectancy is 77 years, despite tons of money slapping at this system. Okay, let me just show you here. Oh, what is it? Oh, avoidable death per 100,000 population in the US are higher than the OECD, is the Economical Cooperation for Development. And look at where is here. Okay, this is United States, the avoidable death. And look at after the, well, this is 2019, not even during the pandemic, around 2019, the avoidable death increased. But here again, Korea really made a massive improvement, and they were able to avoid the death and sort of like, be the healthcare similar to the other comparable countries. And here is U.S. has the highest rate of infant and maternal death. This is, look at here, this is U.S. and this is U.S. Okay, no, forget it. And look at this. Death from assaults are highest in the US. This is massive, incredible. US. And who is this? New Zealand. Okay. Okay, very good. Let me just go back. Go back to this one. Can you see? Let's see. Massimo, are you seeing the change in the slides?
Está un Commonwealth Fund.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me see. Let me then.
93% of American adults are unhealthy.
Oh, okay. So now you see it. Very good. Okay. So then back to 93% of American adults are unhealthy. So now what I did is a little bit of investigation. I don't know whether you were able to do a little bit of research to find out where the problem is. And this is what is happening. Let me see. These may be some of the culprits, the one that we can see. There's a shortage of doctors. And according to the American Medical College, there's a shortage by 2034. There's going to be a shortage of from 37,800 to 124,000 physicians, and mostly are primary care provider. We're missing them. There's enough of the specialists, but the primary care provider will be in shortage, in a lot of shortage in the year of 2034. Now, look at also, we have shortages of nurses. And in 2022, almost at the end of the pandemic, the American Hospital Association quoted an estimate that 500,000 nurses will leave the field by the end of that year, bringing the total shortage to 1.1 million. So then if you are experiencing some dissatisfaction with your healthcare system, it may be that your favorite doctor is retiring or is quitting because the profession is becoming dissatisfied, very unrewarding. And the shortage of medicine too. So what do you do if you don't have doctors, you don't have nurses, you don't have even medicine? In 2024, in the first 3 months, we are short of, we're missing 323 drugs. Okay, and among one of those are the injectable insulin. I think this is a little bit concerning. And to top it off, rural hospitals are closing. So do you care? Yes, because what happened is that a lot of these patients are going to be moving to other big cities, hospital, and overloading them, worsening the care. So that's it. So there's 30% of all rural hospitals in the country are at risk of closing due to financial problems. And during the pandemic, I think they did a stress test to this hospital, and many of them, they could not, they couldn't survive. Okay, so then what is normally that the directive or the authorities do? Let me just see. Oh, okay. Hi, Tamara. Welcome. Nice that you were able to make it. Sorry. Yeah, you just have to try. Okay, so I'm back at what do normally the authority of this hospital, they start throwing money at the problem. And why? Because because of the shortages, they have to offer higher salary. So that is going to be, they have to throw in that money. Also, that money is going to go to let me just say the word, robotizing the medicine. But let me just tell you first, when you throw that money to the hospital and to the doctors, guess who's going to be paying that? You. And it's going to inflate. There's going to be inflation, and you're going to be paying more than what is worth your health care. So your insurance premiums and deductibles are going to go high if it's not high already. So that's one of the trends. The other trend is the robotization of medicine. Part of the money from the increase of these your deductible and your premiums go into buying robots. So soon a robot is going to be diagnosing your disease, another robot is going to be injecting you your medicine, and the other one is probably doing operations or surgery on you. So that is the trend. But let's look at your choices. So this is what is happening. So what are your choices? And here I was able to sum up in 3 groups. You can either become part of the elite or fight or flight on this sinking ship. The healthcare system is sinking, and you can be hanging in there and fight or be frightened or with a high stress level, trying to get the best of that system. Or the number 3 is the group, you join the alternative thinkers. So let me just explain a little bit more on each group. Let's begin with the elite. What do I mean by elite? So elite meaning that these are the people that they are able to just manage around the world of the money, accumulate a lot, and this inflation and this increase on premium and on the healthcare, they don't care, they just pay it up. Okay, and that's one of the choices. So here, as I said, this I'll see. But what is the trend on this new healthcare system when they slap a lot of money? So the trend is into transhumanism. And I don't know whether you have researched that before coming here. It was part of the homework from the last talk. And I just brought the definition from Google. So transhumanism is a movement or idea. It's like a philosophy that aims to improve human abilities and the human condition using advanced technology. The key word is technology on human condition. But I have my own personal note on that. So my definition of transhumanism in plain word is that is the use of technology to compensate for physical and mental deficiencies. And how does it look, the transhumanism, or I would say it would be like synonymous of now the current healthcare? How would that look like in the year of 2024? So here it is, transhumanism. So the current medicine, they're especially the elite. This is what the elite medicine is going to be receiving. They're going to be receiving modification on the genes. So if there's a gene that is producing a chronic disease, they can just clip it, change it. Also, they're using the same thing to design your baby. So it's called the designer baby. So then you can just tell the doctor or the team of doctor what kind of baby you want to have, either an intelligent one, a strong one, a fast one, whatever. But this is all in theory. Also, transhumanism, in other words, is just using all this technology to just make you somebody that you're not. For example, if you're aging and you don't want to age, plastic surgery is there. Okay, so it's just helping you to fix up your deficiency. Also, as you saw on some of the movies, the cyborg is half human, half a computer. So and I'm sure you all have read about what Elon Musk is doing with the Neuralink. They want to connect implant on your brain, so you can just don't have to turn on your computer, so you are connected. Cyber. And also implants on eyes, so they can just do many more things, like help you look farther, or able to take pictures and then send it to your computer, things like that. But my point of the transhumanism is that it's not new. We have had it even since the medicine started, since somebody invented something, and let me show you how. And the transhumanism, it began, well, it's been as old as the human, but in order to just add the technical gadgets or the widget, we have found it since circa 13th century AD, with the advent of the telescope and finally the glasses. So what are the eyeglasses for? Especially for the myopia. It is to adjust the deficiency that you cannot see from far. So you have the eyeglasses. So in other words, it is, as you said, yes, it's an improvement on your part, but the doctors don't tell you that you can also reverse that condition without the need of glasses. Because what happened with the glasses is that it's not going to allow you to develop your eye muscles. And then what is going to make your eye muscles weaker and weaker and weaker. And every year you might need to just a stronger eyeglasses. The same thing happened to the other widget, like the hearing aid or the knee replacement. So basically, the medicine that are based on transhumanism is to give you the perspective that you can just live your life the way you want it, wreck it, and then go to the hospital and they fix it. But the question is, will this kind of medicine provide you the happiness that you're looking for? Like, and then I'm leaving for last the photos of these pills. What does pills has to do with transhumanism? And for example, anti-hypertension or anti-anxiety medication, and because it's the same thing. It's like doctors haven't told you that you can reverse that condition. You can just calm down your anxiety without needing to go to use a pill to do it for you. That's transhumanism, meaning like they using technology because the pharmaceutical is based on technology. This pill that they tell you that you have to take forever is based on technology. But instead of like wearing on top, you're taking it forever. So yes, the mainstream medicine is, since always has been always a proponent of transhumanism, and that's what you get with that medicine if you're an elite. Now, the second group are the ones that are the common people, the people that are hanging on to the system forever in this sinking ship, and they fight or they become very frightening and their stress level is high because they cannot get the appointment, cannot get the opening for the surgery, and they just have to like be fighting for people to get the things that you want because the system is overloaded and understaffed. And while they're hanging on that system, which is going to take a while until you finally die, and I don't think it's going to go for changes, the users are going to become fearful and confused and have zero control of the situation. So what happened when the users of this system, which is that it will be the fate of the common people, the commoners, and maybe these are the 93% of the Americans that are unhealthy because they're into this fighting and being afraid of the uncertainty. They deplete their qi, and the qi is the Chinese word for energy in the body. So all of this constant worrying, whether you're going to get that, the doctor, there's no doctor, the doctor came or the nurse is not here, this whole thing is going to deplete your energy, leading you. And when you're depleted of energy, that's when your chronic diseases appear, like diabetes mellitus, heart disease, cancer, and other chronic disease. And all of that disease leads you to pain and suffering. So this is just the path that each of these groups move on. And the third group are the alternative thinkers. These are the alternative thinkers that cannot put up with this system and they begin thinking, what if I do something? And that's when they all of a sudden automatically go into the self-healing. Self-healing is supported by body regeneration and epigenetics, which I'm going to just talk in a second. And when you are into the wagon of self-healing, what's going to happen? You won't have chronic disease and you're going to have a faster healing. And when you have faster healing, you have no disease. And when you have no disease, you have faster healing. So there you go, that circle. And ideally, you want to just get into this wagon. But as I said, okay, let me see. Yeah. So let me just talk about a little bit about body regeneration. I don't know whether you knew that even if you don't believe on self-healing, your body regenerates, because this table that I'm bringing you here come from the cell biology by the number. If you Google that phrase if you Google that phrase, you're gonna show this table is gonna appear, and this is what it's gonna tell you is that each cell type in our body, it tells you the turnover time, meaning like it gets replaced for new cells. For example, in the stomach, small intestine and the stomach. It takes from 2 to 9 days to sort of like a turnover, just in case you had a diarrhea, food poisoning. Then you're going to eliminate all of these dead cells, and then you're going to grow new ones. See? Also, for example, here there's the underline on blue, the lung alveoli, meaning is you can get it affected in a pneumonia. You have a pneumonia, and then the cells is going to be replaced in 8 days. So normally pneumonia is going to take about 2 weeks to get over. 1 week for these cells to just complete, and the other week for you to recharge in energy. And then here is the skin epidermis, your cell, your skin cells. It takes about 10 to 30 days to recover, just in case you have a cut or you have a burn. Well, yeah, first degree burn. Okay, the other deeper burns is a different story. Trachea, in 1 or 2 months, it takes to cover the entire cell as new. You also have hematopoietic stem cells. These are stem cells that's going to help you. For example, if you lose blood, you replenish that in 2 months. Here, bone osteoblasts, those who have broken your bones, it takes about 3 months to heal. And I know that in our group, a couple of people have broken their bones, and not in their young age, in way advanced age, and yet those bones get replaced. Those bones heal. So what is that telling you? That aging is not a disease. The disease is what accelerates your aging. And then the body regeneration really is based on how you treat your body, because these tables are taken from normal people, young people, but then it may be different on people that are just older, or that they mistreat their body, that either they smoke or they whatever they do, drug, or they don't nourish themselves, or they're under a lot of stress. The body regeneration may be different. Okay, so here it says that the body renews every 7 to 10 years. Maybe it's just somebody did the math and calculated that in how long you have a total new body. They say 7 to 10 years, but depends on which organ is affected. Now, so we have that. So the body regeneration, even though you don't believe it, you don't have to believe in that. It's automatic, but it's not that automatic, because they regenerate under perfect and under positive conditions. Okay, so let me just talk now about epigenetics. Do you like this little heart? Okay, so what is epigenetics? Epigenetics is the name given for a new studies, new in the past 20 years, that changed the way how we saw our genes. Because before, in the old school, we thought that many of these chronic diseases, they were just genetic, inherited from your parents and your grandparents and your ancestor, and that you could not do anything about that. And at that time, I learned from that school. At that time, what they did is to just forgive the person, or lift up the responsibility that each person has on their own care. But once they show in the epigenetic studies that no, yes, this is true that you were born with a sort of like a gene that leads you to chronic disease, then you can change that. And that is the part of epigenetics. Okay, so let me just give you oh, wait a second. Give you the definition. or the findings that our genes can be influenced by external factors, ultimately shaping our health outcomes. So now, finally, nobody can hide behind their diagnosis. For example, a diabetes mellitus. Nobody can. None of these people who suffer from diabetes mellitus cannot say that that they have to blame their ancestor for their problem, and they can continue eating their big cake or their sugar or their sweets. No longer they can do that because the epigenetics show that if you want, you can improve that. You are responsible also for the expression of that gene. Same thing for high blood pressure, heart disease, and cancer. And as I said, by now I feel that if you didn't know about this is you have to catch up on this, because this is already is known among the science and scientific community. You are responsible of your health, and you can reverse that. Same thing with this myopia and the eyeglasses. Let me just tell you a story. I used to be very, very myopic. I used to wear glasses in my younger time. And I think the only one so far here that have known me wearing glasses is my husband, Massimo. And he's the witness that I'm not wearing glasses at all, because the myopia is a problem of muscles. And what do you do to strengthen muscle? You use them until get strong. All right, so moving on, the question is, how do you change your external factor? How do you change your environment? Because sometimes you think that you cannot change the world, but yes, you do. You can change it just by making the right choices and changing your habits. And it takes a tremendous personal growth, because then when you achieve a little bit of control in your body, the chi or the energy flows, nourishing your organs and supporting your regeneration. Okay. So then there's this question: does that mean that when you suffer from chronic diseases, your personal growth is stunted? A big yes. That's a big yes. Okay, so now let me just recap. And there's another intention for this recap. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, Massimo, can you see my face now?
Veo un yes.
Oh, wait, Julia didn't see the graph. Did you miss the whole? Were you able to see the slides?
Sí.
Okay, maybe in the replay, because I know that there's a 20-second lag between.
Ahora te veo solo a ti.
Okay, very good. So can you see the whiteboard? Can you see the whiteboard? Yeah. So I'm going to do the recap on the whiteboard, and there's the second part of the presentation. And I think I'm going to make more impact by writing this on the whiteboard. So let's just recap. So I begin saying that 93% of Americans are found.
Julia is okay.
Are unhealthy, despite slapping with a lot of money. Okay, and then the culprit is that well, not the culprit. Looking at the state of health affairs in the US, we're finding that there's a shortage of doctors, shortage of nurses, shortage of medicine, and they're closing rural hospital. So basically, okay, let me just write decrease hospital. So basically, the little hospitals that are left are going to be busy and overloaded. Can you see the writing on the whiteboard, Massimo?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So then what happened when you have a shortage, you need to just slap more money in there. Leading, huh? Okay, it's okay. No, this I'm going to erase soon. So this is going to lead into inflation. And yes, inflation. Okay. And guess what? Who's going to be paying that? You. Because your insurance and premiums are going to increase. It haven't increased yet. Now, this is the trend of the medicine now in the United States. So what are your choices? Your choices is either, as I said, number one, become an elite of money, okay? And then go to the transhumanism movement. Second choice that you have, hanging to the sinking ship and then just fight or just worry about the system or how they're going to take care of that, because these things is going to continue. These shortages is going to get worse. So then if you're hanging in there, what's going to happen is that your stress level is going to increase, and that is going to deplete your energy or deplete the chi, leading you, despite of all this care, to increase in the number of diabetes mellitus, increase on heart disease, increase in cancer, and others. But where is this going to lead this group? Down to pain and suffering. Okay. Now, the third group here are the alternative thinkers. These are what Steve Jobs called the misfits, the square peg in a round hole. These are people that dare to think out of the box, the rebels. So what they do, while they think what if, once they start thinking if, they're changing something on their lifestyle. It's change. It's about changing how you live, and immediately they trigger the regeneration. And once they change, once they're thinking and the what if, they are triggering the epigenetics. And they begin the process of self-healing. Okay, good. Now, I have a question for you, and this is the reason why I wanted to write it on the whiteboard, so you can see, because I cannot do the next thing on the slide. Let me just erase this so you don't get confused. The question is, which group do you want to be? On the elite, on the sinking ship, or on the alternative group? And you can type your comment, but while you're thinking about that, while you're thinking about which group you want to be in, let me just help you think. What is the thing that unites 8 billion of humans in this world? What is the same thing, aside from eating, breathing, oxygen, but in terms of emotion, what is the aspiration of each human being on planet Earth? And let me just, as you think, I'm going to share again the slide so I can help you think about that. Let me just present this. Okay, so the ultimate human goal on at least 8 billion people, and I can tell you for sure, is happiness. Everybody wants to be happy. How they do it, that is going to be very different, how people reach this happiness. But the ultimate goal is happiness. Now, let me just tell you another thing about happiness. Do you want short-lived? Oh, okay. Number 3. Okay, number 3. Thank you, Tamara. Very good choice. Very good choice. Now, for all of you that are still undecided, Do you want to just be happy, short life, or happy, sustainable happiness? And then you can just start writing your answer on the comment box, and I'll tell you then more. Okay, now let me tell you another science fact. You know that 90% of the serotonin, the happy hormone, is produced by the gut. I'm going to just give you that. Okay, let's see. So which group do you want to be in? Okay, remember, in order for you to be happy, your body has to cooperate. So yeah, so and then that serotonin is produced by the gut. So which group do you want to be in? Now, let me just tell you, explain a little bit more. Let's see, stop screen. And I'm coming back to my whiteboard. Can you see the whiteboard again, Massimo?
No.
No? What do you see?
Espera, perché I see which group do you want to be in.
Okay, so there's a delay.
Ahora sí veo.
Okay, very good.
Sí, no, aquí hay un delay.
Yeah, it's a delay. Okay.
For me.
No, for everybody here. Okay, now let's go back to the happiness. Let's see which group is going to achieve what. So let me just bring you back to the attention to the first group, to the elite. Okay, with the transhumanism. These people think. Do you think that these people? Okay, I want to stop my question. These people, they're going to be happy just for 5 minutes. Why? Because 5 minutes is what? Okay. The answer is because the other 10% of the serotonin is produced by the brain. So when you see that the environment is coming at your way, you get happy, but for 5 minutes. Because if your gut is not working well, that's it. That's a short-lived happiness. Now, the other thing, do you think these people are going to be living happily ever after? No, they're eventually going to go if they don't change themselves, if they don't change their lifestyle, and this is just a temporary fix. Eventually, they're going to go here. They're going to be developing their chronic disease equally, okay, and go into their pain and suffering. So they cannot escape for that. And this is something that the Western medicine had just, I don't know, I think it's implicitly tell you that just because they're going to just substitute something or give you some of the pills, they're going to cure you. No, you still have to change your way, because eventually, if you continue like putting poisons into your body, it's going to just affect your body, and then either they're going to just replace you completely, but eventually this pain and suffering is not going to be spared. You're going to be there. So this group eventually is going to be delayed at reaching this point. You're going to get your pain and suffering equally. But it's not for long, because there will be people, and this is what I have seen also and experienced, that the pain and suffering is so much that they realize that this system is not going to give them the wellness and the happiness that they want. So they begin thinking out of the box, alternatives, so they can move here. And once they move here and start questioning, that's when it triggers your self-healing. And because the self-healing, it works on the gut. It makes actually not only on the gut, but all of your organs are just self-heal. You have no disease. This sort of warranty your sustainable happiness. So you're going to be happy consistently. All right. So in other words, as you see, this may be not only your choices, but it depends how fast you want to just be happy. You can just go, it can take a while, but if you want a shorter shortcut, I can guide you. And why? Because I've been there, I've done that, and I'm a physician. So let me then show you before I open the space for. I'm sorry, I just dropped the thing. Before I open the room for the Q&A, I wanted to make it's a leap of faith offer if you need my help or guidance. Let me just share my screen again. Okay, so this we did it. Which group do you want to be? Now, if you want to relearn, I know, well, that is not. We all learn. We all know how to self heal inside. But if you want to relearn to self heal, I'm having an offer for new students who would like to just take a quicker route for that and have me guide you into that point. I'm offering you the program of no-brainer meditation. Is a 3-month program and is a primer for self-healing. It is just like the first step. And I know many of you who have been with me, this is the Qigong program, but in steroids. Okay. And the leap of faith is that because I'm going to be talking about how to self-heal in the day 3 in a week. That's going to be Monday, June 3rd. And I'm going to be talking about this. But today I'm going to just have a flash offer or a leap of faith for those to reward those who they feel intuitively that this is what they need. And therefore, if you pay in full by June the 3rd, 2024, meaning that you're gonna just leap. You're gonna get a discount of $100. Okay, you just have to just put Faith 100 in the discount code. Now, this is not so much of a leap of faith because you have a 100, a money back warranty, 100% on 30 days. If you're not satisfied, you get your refund. And I'll tell you later how to get into the site and the amount. Okay, you just have to go to the website and discount $100 from the total. And this program is 3 months because the first month is going to allow you to watch the video course and learn the physical, mental, and spiritual practice that is going. And I'll tell you later what it's going to do. Month 2, we're going to take care and just check on your gut health. And the 3rd month is 21 days, consecutive days of life coaching. For what? To get your mind and body to self-heal and connect with the healer within. So to register, you can scan this code with your phone or go to this link here, this link, or easier, you can find at the end of this on the replay video. I'm going to just add the link in the description box below, so you can just click it and go. And then, as I said, you can just pause the video and scan this code. And let me see, and don't forget, just put the discount code is a Faith 100 to reward you from your intuition, because self-healing is going to activate your intuition at all. And this code is good until June 3rd. All right. And I think this is it. And I'm going to just stop here and see whether you have any question. Let's see. Okay. Good. So let me see what time is it. Ooh, it's up the hour. Now, is there any question? And if you are not live and you miss the presentation, you still can just post your comments and question, and I still can just read it. So I'll give you 20 seconds. I know that there's a delay on seeing your question. Okay, let me just see here. Is there any question? Okay. Any question about my presentation?
No, I did.
Okay, let's see. No, because there's a delay. Is anybody there? Do you have any question? Well, I know it's a Memorial Day weekend, but let me know. Let me see. I'm just waiting to see any sign of life here.
Helen Corby, ¿quién es?
Oh, no question. Hard to commit to 3 months. Oh, yes. Oh, very interesting and very well explained. Thank you, Tamara. I'm so glad that, yeah, sometimes it's very nice to just know what you're doing, a little bit of the theory. But yes, commitment. Listen, if you want to really be healthy, you need commitment. You need time. You want something fast. You then commit to your healthcare system. That is fast. They just give you the pill and off you go. You see? So that's why I'm saying these are the 3 groups. You obviously chose the first group because for the self-healing, yes, you need to just dedicate your life to your health, because without health, you cannot do any other thing in your life. I don't know whether you agree or not, but in order to either work well, build your wealth, have relationship, have your relate to your family, even to do your hobby, the health is very important. So yeah. So as I said, there's choices for anybody here. Okay. Okay, very good. Let me see. Is there no more questions? I'm going to just wish you a happy Memorial Day weekend. And the day 3 is going to be on Monday, June the 3rd. Remember, at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay. And I'm going to be talking about how to self-heal. So basically, I'm going to be breaking down this 3rd group on how to heal. All right. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll say goodbye to I'm signing off now. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for attending. And enjoy your weekend. Bye.